can we reverse autoimmune disease? As a physician, I've seen a lot of information out there about what to do to manage autoimmune disease. And there's pharmaceutical management, there's more natural management or nutritional management, and there's a lot of ways you can become caught up with managing this for the rest of your life, but not actually resolving it. I myself was diagnosed with a severe autoimmune disease many years back and told I would have this for life. I was given all these medications I'd need to take, all these major lifestyle changes I'd need to make. I would never run again. And when I got that diagnosis, it really had me realize, wait a minute, this is not my truth. I had learned about mind-body medicine. I had understood that the mind and body are connected, that the body can heal itself. But in 2 years of battling this disease, it just became worse and worse and worse. And what I realized that day I finally got this diagnosis was, wait a minute, what if my body is trying to tell me something? And what if instead of fighting this disease, I could soften and listen and surrender and receive what my body's wisdom has for me? Within days, the complete syndrome and all the related symptoms resolved fully. And so what I want to bring to you is a new perspective about what's actually happening with autoimmune disease. Autoimmune is that the body is fighting against itself. It's reacting against itself. And that becomes really destructive, whether it's MS or thyroid disease, Hashimoto's, or a chronic fatigue syndrome or adrenal fatigue, or it's a pain syndrome, or you're having like an illness that's not getting better no matter what you do, like Lyme disease that just won't go away, or Epstein-Barr virus, or your system is meant to resolve this and rebalance itself. And so anything that's having it not do that means the body's just not getting what it needs, or it's getting too much of something it doesn't need. And so what I have found that's the most powerful thing to remember is that our consciousness is the number one factor influencing everything happening in our immune system, in our neurologic system, in our digestive system, and in our endocrine system. And these are the major players involved with every known autoimmune disease. So what happens when we shift our consciousness, we shift our thoughts and beliefs, we shift the way we feel and release emotions? We're no longer carrying that weight that has been scientifically shown to be the driver of that inflammation and the autoimmune, the against self patterns that are going on underlying all of these known diseases. Some of you may also have like a mystery syndrome, which is kind of what I had. They didn't understand. It was like a late onset juvenile rheumatoid, but there was something really unique to me. And sometimes we just don't have great answers medically for what's going on in your body. This is a great time to realize that your body has a message for you. It's trying to show you something. For me, my body was definitely showing me to let go of the fight. I was afraid. I was afraid that if I stayed in that severe chronic pain and severe chronic fatigue, my life would never work. I was in medical school. I was, fighting to get ahead and achieve and do better. And my main mode was to overcome. Don't let this get me down. But that just fueled the fight. We know from the study of psychoneuroimmunology, which is now developed into psychoneuroimmunoendocrinology, that as you think, it literally sets off a cascade in every system and every cell of your body is affected by that. So how do we reverse the fight if we're really worried? There's a lot of pain. We can't just let go. I'm totally fatigued. How can I just ignore that? It's not about just ignoring what's happening. It's about relating to it in a different way. And this is what sets off the inflammatory response that is destroying your body. So whether you've had physical disease like joint destruction, rheumatoid arthritis, thyroid disease where the thyroid's no longer working, or you've got antibodies against the thyroid, or you're just having really, really severe brain fog, fatigue, maybe your labs are still normal, or you're having an underlying disease like MS that's attacking your own neurology, or something else. We could go on and list like 50 different things and still not be all inclusive. with this category. But what if we were to shift your relationship with those symptoms? And this is exactly what I've done within myself and with thousands of people that I've worked with and seen massive, unthinkable resolution of disease. And that's because we know at the core that the way we think and the way we relate to what we're feeling and experiencing is the main foundation for all of the neurology, all of the chemistry, all of the inflammation, everything going on in your hormonal system and everything that happens in your health. So how do we shift that? I've had people resolve MS, resolve Hashimoto's, even when they were told they would need thyroid medications for life, resolve other diseases like cancer, inflammatory bowel disease, Crohn's or ulcerative colitis. The list goes on and on and on. Being able to resolve Lyme disease and clear Epstein-Barr virus where they previously was like a chronic infection. It's because your body is on the template of your own consciousness. Are you in a battle with yourself? For me, I was afraid of failure, so I had to keep overcoming, pushing through, and achieving. I was hugely feeling underneath it all. It was mostly subconscious at the time, but inadequate. Like I wasn't enough. I have to do more. I have to get further. I couldn't just surrender because somehow my life would fall apart. Well, that's driving that sympathetic nervous system. So your body can't be in the healing phase if it's in the fight or flight phase. These are two opposite ends of the spectrum for what's happening in your neurology. Whenever you go into that fight or flight, that urgency, that overdrive, overcome, push ahead, you're turning off the healing response. You're inflaming your body when you're in this state for the long term. You're not meant to live in that state. So whether it's fear of failure like I had, whether it's constant triggers, whether it's a fear of inadequacy, so you always have to do more and be more and push harder, this is driving your cellular reality, and we can reverse that. It doesn't matter if your body has been requiring medications or unable to absorb certain vitamins and nutrients, and so you require those supplements. This I have also seen resolve with the patients and clients that I've worked with. Your body can begin to absorb nutrients like a champ. Your body can begin to detoxify because when we're in that healing phase, you activate your detoxification pathways. So you literally have a new body. So if doctors have told you, no, this can't happen for you. Oh, this is the disease you have. And hey, this is how it's always going to be. Get curious. Is that true for me? How does it feel when I believe that? It's either going to feel heavy or it's going to feel light. If it feels heavy for you like it did for me, it's because there's a lie embedded in there somewhere. It's because there's a higher truth ready to come in for a way better resolution, a solution that's at a higher frequency, a higher possibility than what you maybe have ever considered. I've created a specific quiz to guide you through for yourself to sort of explore the options of like, what's my best approach? Because there's multiple ways I've guided people through how do we unwind this at the deepest levels? How do we unwind that fight or flight and activate the healing response? You can live in that response. Sure, we might have a few minutes here and there in fight or flight, but we're meant to go back to that relaxation response, to live in a state of ease and peace so the body can rebalance. The immune system and endocrine system can rebalance and you live in harmony. And so the quiz is at drkimd.com/start here. I'm going to put it in the link below so that you can click on it easily and begin. It's very, very quick, but it'll guide you to one of the solutions I've created that will unwind this process at the deepest levels. Most of us, what's going on in our system, driving our cellular chemistry, is unconscious. We don't even realize the traumas we're carrying. We don't realize the repressed emotions. We don't realize the battle we are in at the deepest level. I certainly didn't until it was shown to me and I hit that rock bottom and thought my life was over. And I realized, wait a minute, I'm in a battle. I was able to see things I was never previously able to see. And I was able to shift that to live in a space of harmony with myself and with my life. And it didn't create the failure I feared it would if I stopped pushing. It actually created vibrant, amazing health, a full resolution of the autoimmune disease, and massive prosperity in my money, in my career, in my relationships, that actually made me grateful that my body showed me what was going on beneath the surface that I was unable to see. So you're invited to take the quiz now at drkimd.com/start-here. And I look forward to seeing you on the other side and guiding you through your own process of massive, unthinkable healing.